Hi, 4th grade. Welcome to your second DR group sort. This is sort number 2, and today we're going to do something just like we did last week, where we're going to look at each word and we're going to use 4 different colors to go through and sort each word by their prefix. So we're still working with prefixes, which mean a part of the word that comes before a root word, okay, or comes before a word. So the prefixes we're using are pre, for, post, and after. Okay, so you want to make sure that you have 4 different colors. They can be markers, crayons, colored pencils, pens, anything that works for you. I'm using highlighters. You can use highlighters as well. As long as you have 4 different colors that you can use to sort, it doesn't matter. Okay? So the first prefix we're going to work with is pre, which means before. So I'm going to use yellow for pre. If we go down and we look at one of these words that has pre, so let's look at prehistoric. Okay, historic means at a time when history happened. Okay, but pre, if we look at the prefix pre added onto that root word, it means before history happened. So when we're talking about prehistoric things, we're talking about back when the dinosaurs existed, before humans even existed, to make history happen. Okay, so prehistoric is an example of that. We also have the word pre-war down here. If we take away the prefix, we just have the root word war. But if we add pre-war, it means before war. So let's go through and find all of our pre-words. We have prepare, which means to get ready for something before it happens. Predict, which means to guess what something is going to happen before it actually happens. Prefix, preface or preface, which is the introduction of a book. We have precede, which means to happen before. So if I say Monday precedes Tuesday, it means that it's happening before. We have pre-season, before the season. Preposition, before the position. We already did pre-war down here. So I think we have all of our pre-words. The next prefix we're going to look at is for, which also means before. Okay, so if I'm looking at this word foretell, I'm going to cover up the prefix and I just have the root word tell. But if I add the prefix for onto that, foretell, it means to tell something that's going to happen in the future. Okay? Or tell something before it happens. So I'm going to do 4 words in orange. Again, you can use whatever color you want. Doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be orange, as long as all your 4 words are in the same color. So let's go through and find all the 4 words. Foreman. We have forward, which means like just a little beginning word or message. Forefathers, you hear us talk about our forefathers of the Constitution, people that came before us. Foresight, forethought, which means to have a thought before it happens. Okay? So then I think we got all of the 4 words. The next prefix we have is post. Let me use a different color for post, which means after. So these 2 words, these 2 prefixes mean before, these 2 prefixes mean after. Okay? You can even think of for like before. Okay? And after, it's easy to remember, it's after something happens. So let's look at this word postpone. When you postpone something, you delay it to a later date. Okay? We also have post-war. So if we take away the prefix and have the root word war, this means after the war. After the war. We also have postseason, which means after the season. We have post-test, which is a test that you take after a test, just like we have pre-tests that happen before an actual test. And I think we got all of our post words, so we only have 4 post words. Oh, I'm sorry, just kidding. We have post date. Okay, we have one more prefix to go through, and it's after. I'm going to use the green color for after. Okay, so after, the prefix is exactly what it means, after something happened. So we have this word afternoon. Take away the prefix, we have our root word noon, which means 12 o'clock p.m. during the day, or around lunchtime. Afternoon means exactly what it sounds like, afternoon. So it's any time after 12 o'clock or any time after noon, like 3 p.m., 2 p.m., any time after noon would be considered the afternoon time. So I'm going to highlight that. I also have afterthought, okay, which means maybe if you have a thought about something, like if you have a thought about a test after it happened, it would be called an afterthought. Same with aftertaste. Sometimes if you ever taste something funny and it leaves kind of a weird taste on your tongue, we would call that an aftertaste, because you already ate the food and tasted the food, but you still have this aftertaste left on your tongue even after you've eaten it. Last word, we have afterword, which means a word or a message after something happens. Okay, so now that we've went through and highlighted all of our prefixes and talked about each one, hopefully this will help you when you're thinking about the spelling of the words and also when you're thinking about the meaning of the words. Okay, so just make sure that you have all of your words highlighted and sorted to match their prefix. So again, just to review, pre means before, like prepare something before it happens. For also means foretell, like foretell or foresee something happening before it actually happens. Okay, and then post and after both mean after. Postpone, post date, which means after the date, post season, which means after the season. So I would say, if we were going to say what post season are we in, we're in post summer, after summer. Okay, post war, after the war. Okay, so make sure that you remember to study your words throughout the week. Use this to help you with your spelling activities. Make sure that you detach the home copy and take it home. I know that I'm writing on the home, that's just because I made a mistake on the lesson one, but you should all be coloring on your lesson. And you should detach this if you're an in-person student and take it home with you in your take-home folders. Okay, and then you have words to cut out. Alright, so thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed your second sort video.